everybody.
Phone connected.
So we have got our first ride on the Trident. This is my wife's bike. Got 5 miles on it. Yeah, so this is a cold start. Looks like we're getting around 1500 RPMs, jumping into 16. Let it get a little warmed up. Let it go. Got a half tank of gas. It's a good time to adjust the mirrors out. Yeah, the mirrors really aren't wide enough for me. So maybe rotate them, that might help. Like I'm looking at my elbows. Clutch pull's not too bad. Gear engagements. Clutch throw is way out there, so that's something I'll have to adjust. Take care, mate. Feels super narrow. Granted, you know, I have an Indian and a GS. Yeah, I do not like the clutch. I think we're gonna beat the old man out of here. We got to be easy on it. Got its break-in period here. It's a little nippy out today too. Gorgeous color though. The sun was hitting this earlier. Oh wow. It is super gorgeous. It feels really normal. Decent back brake. Front brake's got a good bite to the front. Fifth gear, just roll on the throttle. It's got some pickup. I think it's going to be a good little commuter. So my wife's commuted a little bit on a Grom, and then the majority of her commuting has been on a Royal Enfield. The Himalayan edition of that, fully dressed out. It's a little bit heavier than normal, but she did really well on that. And then she has a BMW GS. It's a 750, and ideally it's an awesome bike all the way around, but it's quite large, and I feel it flicks in pretty good, but for a beginner rider, not so much. So we picked up this. I think this will give her the skill set that she needs. Ooh, that wind is chilly. So it gives me some flashing above 4,000 RPMs, and it doesn't really like that. It's a break-in thing, so it's supposed to keep it around 50 miles an hour, I guess, or something of that nature. So we won't be giving it too many beans. I'll definitely be doing another ride-in on this. I'm going to show everybody exactly where the beans come in and where they drop off. But I feel like there's going to be some adjustments made when my wife gets a hold of it. We already have the fly screen. We've ordered a quickshifter, heated grips. We're also doing the frame sliders and stuff like that. Little tidbits to kind of make it hers also for protection. The helmet I'm using today is AGV. It's their carbon fiber sport modular. It's a rather loud helmet. I do have a perfect kind of mic attached to this GoPro, so we'll see what the sound quality is like. And you guys kind of get the first ride on this and the first moto vlog in the new helmet. So the bike has a really good flippability. Front brakes, to me they feel a little vague. I have a India with a really nice Brembo setup. The GS, it really feels like you grab the brakes because of that soft sprung front end on it, when in fact you're barely even on them, but it does dip a lot. This thing here, I haven't really, hit the brakes too awful hard, but you can feel like it's not its strongest feature, I would say. I would imagine they're fine. Also probably need to get some heat in them. I mean, keep in mind this thing's got 0.8 miles on it. I mean, they barely even rid the bike. As I get to put the majority of the mileage on it for its first start. And my wife will be putting some miles on it as well. One thing for certain, it's going to be a lot for her to get used to that naked bike, not having any wind protection. As most rides that we do with her, kind of try and hit longer empty road stretches and stuff, and she used to having that full fairing to protect her. So this will be a new feel for her, but I think with the bike's agileness, I think she'll be really, it's a good word for it, confident. It has this little confidence expiring thing, kind of feel like it's manageable, I guess. I'm 5'8", 260 pounds, and there was rumor that the suspension's pretty soft. I know at my 260 it doesn't feel like it's super hard, I guess is what everybody was saying. Balance at low speeds really good though on this bike. It's got a nice little purr to the motor too. I like that. I've always liked the sound of a street triple. Gears feel really super notchy. You can tell it's in gear when you grab it and go. The clutch lever, you have to come way out on it. You can see there, you barely pull it in, it grabs. So I might do some adjustment there. So I like clutch engagement to be right about there, if you can see that. So that's how I typically ride. I'm sure we'll do some aftermarket levers. My wife's reach is really poor. She has little skinny hands. So the rider triangle, not bad. I'm not the tallest guy. I'm 5'8", with 29-inch inseam. I sit comfortably on it. The take notch out's really great. Standing and riding feels really good, super balanced. The bars are a little small for me. I feel like I'm kind of a little cramped up in the triangle, but I'm really wide up top. I wear a 52-inch jacket if that matters, or let somebody know. For me, getting on a small bike, I always feel it. A friend of mine has a SFV 650 Gladius, and it's got a more raked handlebar setup, super narrow. And I rode it for a little while, and I was just, oh my god, super cramped up. And I was like, suggesting that he changes that, but he's kind of a narrower guy, and he's like, for me, it's super comfortable. So I found neutral really easy, which I know you're not being neutral at stoplights, but here going to talk to you guys. Switchgear seems all legit, not janky or anything. I do like the positioning of things. It's really good for my reach. I do know, just changing things on it, super simple, easy to deal with. And I just really, I want to kind of pull on the throttle a little bit more, but relax, Josh, relax. But yeah, 6 gear, and you just roll on the throttle, it goes. It doesn't have the torque that my 1200 has, but it's still, for 660 cc's, they brought that torque in at a good area on this bike. Makes it super user-friendly, super rideable. Yeah, the brakes aren't like super confidence expiring, which it could be just a break-in period on those brakes. I'll have to go toss it around a little bit, see how that works out. Yeah, can't say that it feels cheap. I mean, for the price point, it actually feels really good. I was commenting about the switchgear. Everything feels solid there. I kind of like it. I'm not sure what everything does. Oh, got road mode. I like that. Mode button's a little bit far of a reach, but it's not super bad. Pretty good. Trying to learn what everything does. I mean, this is literally my first ride. So you got road mode, rain mode. So it looks like you can switch up and down through there. So I do traction control, and we go back. But yeah, I think this is a nice little peppy little bike. I was expecting not as much grunt, to be honest with you. I figured you'd have to kind of take it up to closer to $5 grand before you get any steam. Seems like it starts pulling right around 2,000 RPMs. You kind of feel it start hitting the torque.
Say a command.
Oh, cancel.
Cancel.
Yeah, this Cena. I think that's every motor blogger has to deal with those things. I'll have to edit that out. But yeah. So far, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think my wife will be happy with it as well. Throttle's not super snappy. I have a V-twin, so you can just blip, blip, blip. You know, it's like you hear it. This one kind of revs up, comes down. Yeah, definitely got that triple purr to it though. So I'm hearing after break-in that the computer actually kind of remaps itself. So I'm curious to see what that feels like. So far the mapping seems pretty good on it. It does like this flashing thing here as soon as you get up to 4,000 RPM. So from what I understand, they clearly want you to be under 4,000 RPM for the first 500 miles. So we do the best we can at keeping that around there. But yeah, definitely tell the front on this bike is a little bit softer than the rear. I'm not sure why they have the rear set up as stiff as they do. For me, I mean, it's not a thing for me. I'm kind of heavy in the seat anyway, so I think a little bit of braking in it is going to be perfect. I would like to see the front just maybe a tad bit stiffer. You can kind of feel that bottoming when you hit bumps. It doesn't really bottom out, I would say that. It just feels a little squishier. When you get on the brakes, it has a slight dive. You can feel the jacking of the rear a little bit. And that's without trail braking. I'll pull a nice little braking here. So control braking, I mean, it helps, but it doesn't jack to the point where you feel like you're getting unbalanced or you're going to lose the bike or anything like that. Also has ABS. Haven't had a chance to try that out. Maybe I can check out the rear ABS. These are brand new tires, so we have some braking to do with these tires still yet before we get too aggressive with the front brakes. Don't want no washing out, but we'll see what this rear brake has to offer for us. Yeah, it's going to be hard keeping this thing under $4 grand. It just feels like it wants to go. It's a happy little bike. Free off in the road. So yeah, I don't think I can say enough good things about the bike. And I almost bought one. I mean, the price point is there. I do like a lot of the functionality that this dash gives as well. I would say that for me, the GoPro thing was just like, that's going to make life so much easier, because I usually run 3 to 4 GoPros on a bike at all times. So being able just to click them all on and go helps with the editing process. You don't have to sit out there and act excited, clapping your hands for everybody. So that's a good little feature. We did order the quick shifter as well. We have quick shifters on our BMWs, and I really like mine. I use it quite often unless I'm off-road, and then I don't really use it too much. It works pretty good. It's not the best quick shifter. I would say the Triumph the Speed Twin that I rode, it had a quick shifter on it, and it felt a little more planted in the gearing. It's more had it together. The throttle response when you did it was phenomenal. My GS, it does kind of feel notchy and somewhat laggy at downshifts and stuff. You really have to kick down on it pretty hard. Whereas that Triumph, you just click, and it was ready to go. I really like that. But yeah, this little turn off up here, I'll be signing off, but we'll do a little ABS check on this bike once we get in this little neighborhood. I'm gonna do it with cars behind me, even though I know the chat behind me. The little Miata. Yeah, we will try out the brake. I think the ABS is going to be fairly intrusive. Usually these lower end bikes, the ABS modules on them are really not like super adjustable and stuff. So I'm going to notify him I'm going to be doing a pretty hard stop up here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can definitely feel it engaging. You know, these are new tires, so they're really not broken in, so the rear end kind of, you know, skip pretty quick probably compared to a broken in set of tires. But yeah, it's guy playing out in the middle of the road. Alright, here's a good testament. Yeah, so yeah, the rear feels really good. The front, you can tell, is a lot softer though. Like within me anyways, I'm 260 pounds. Alright guys, well that'll be it. I appreciate you watching, tuning in. Hopefully we have more videos to come.